Correct helmet!
Hi, everybody. Wow, all right, I like this crowd.
So far, so good.
We'll take it. I'm Aric McKeown, this is Corey Anderson.
Hi.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware, that applause was for me.
I said you last, because I'll save the argument for later. Thank you for coming out tonight to our super self-indulgent evening. Well, it's not a joke. Because before the Mustache Rangers occurred, we were in a group called Cracked Helmet together, which was just the two of us.
I always wore a blue shirt, so it was very important that I had a blue shirt.
I was weirdly concerned about the blue shirt.
We don't have the same blue shirt, so I spent a lot of time worrying about which blue shirts, because I have a lot of blue shirts.
It almost, I didn't like that blue shirt because it kind of matched your jeans.
It did.
And just looked like but I didn't tell you that until now. I didn't tell you until it was gone. And then when you're gone, I'm just going to tell you about so many other things about you. So we are Cracked Helmet, and we're opening up for ourselves. So we're going to do a set, and then after that, we're going to have something else a little special happening. Then we're going to have an intermission, because that's how important we are.
We need to give you guys a break.
Right?
So you can gear up.
Right. Rest that gut for a little bit, because there's going to be some more belly rolls coming on. Save it. And then after intermission, you'll get an honest to goodness Mustache Rangers set, and then see ya. Goodbye.
We'll do a couple of encores.
Right. It's in our contract.
We don't like it, but it's expected.
Everybody, yeah. It's gonna. It just happens. You don't even have to clap, and it'll happen. Do we have anything else?
No.
Is there anything you'd like to say on this historic occasion? No? We do improv. All right.
I mean, give me a character, and then I'll say something.
All right.
Just me.
How about you get a suggestion?
All right. Can I get a suggestion?
Oh, don't ask it like that. Hold on. No, hold on. What the fuck are you even doing?
I'm gonna get a suggestion.
Anything?
I just got a suggestion. You want a pointed suggestion?
You need a pointed suggestion.
All right, got it.
You gotta coddle the audience because
Okay.
they're not smart enough.
Set the scene. I am not gonna go to work tomorrow. So I need an excuse as to why I'm not going to be at work tomorrow.
Pina colada.
Twitch game.
Census.
I know it was the first thing. You're always supposed to take the first thing. This time I actually take the
You're
first
not always
thing.
supposed to take the first thing.
Well, you're
Because
supposed to
sometimes
let-
it's dildo and you don't want to do that.
I am gonna take.
Class is in session, by the way. You don't have to take dildo if it's yelled. You don't have to take pina
I was
colada.
gonna-
I know, you like it, but you don't have to take the first
I wanna take
take this first. No, you like it, then that's fine, use it. But you don't
But
always
what if somebody yells out dildo and I'm like, yeah, I could do a really good scene about a dildo.
Right. But it's a point of inspiration. It's not, it's not the dildo scene. It's a dildo reminds you
Well,
of
my scene would be a
like
dildo.
marital.
I take suggestions literally.
All right.
So pina colada.
All right.
We're gonna do a scene. Pina colada. From there, who knows? But you know that you paid your ticket. You're gonna get a pina colada scene right now.
You better fucking declare that. Oh, Russia's so cold! It's like, why do we live here? Why don't we move south? I hear France is nice.
But in France, they do not have pina coladas.
I keep asking.
They call them pina coladas in France. Not sure what that accent.
You're already dropping this?
It's completely empty. You haven't been shopping in 2.5 months.
I'm writing a fucking list right now.
There's not even a mustard, an expired mustard. How do you empty a complete fridge, an entire fridge and freezer? This has the double doors. It's the double doors. There's 2 sides. I know part of it's taken up of the ice dispenser, but most of it's 2 sides. You can fit a whole gallon of milk.
So mustard? We need mustard?
We don't need mustard, but everybody has mustard, but we don't have mustard. What happened to our mustard? I don't need it, but I want to know, where is everything?
No, it's off.
Did you just buy this new? Is this a new fridge? Because I don't think it is. Unless you replaced our old fridge because it died and you wanted to replace it without me knowing. But why would you do that with the fridge? Where's all our stuff?
I ate it. It's food.
All of it?
Yes.
Like the thing of olives that just sits in the back and no one ever got. You got it because you're like, I'm gonna have martinis. I'm gonna get some olives.
No,
and so you
just straight
have
up
one
there.
olive and you keep it in the back.
Who eats one olive?
When you have a martini party, but no one really wants martinis. They're just like, oh, let's have a beer. Like I just fucking look at this cool shaker I got. I got this cool shaker.
Do you want me to shop or not?
I do. Fill my fridge.
Whoa. Our fridge. Mr. President. I got a lot to say about this country. So I got a list I carry with me in this type of situation. So, go? All right. Like, is it really like, is like the free market really working? That's it. Actually. So if you're not busy, I mean. Yeah, I talked to the president. He's like a wind-up toy in a corner. You know, where the feet kind of go over each other. Then the sparking nuns. He's like a sparking nun. I don't know where his handler is. Got an idea though. Hey, do you need it? Hey. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Can I? Do you need to find your mom? Do you need to find your mother? Do you know where you live? Is there someone I should call? I gotta add some more to this list. President is mute or shy around strangers and women, but likes those orange peanut butter crackers. No? All right. Spinny chairs. You need a ride home? You want to come home with me? My name's Bert. No. You can't shake hands. I don't. No. You grab. Free president to loving home. If it starts raining, don't open your mouth and look towards the sky.
Looking pretty tough there, tough guy.
It's just summer sausage.
Well, you know what? That's still pretty tough. It's not every D.
It's Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean.
Right? Summer sausage.
Summer sausage. Is it the breakfast sausage?
It's just summer sausage.
But is it this breakfast sausage?
No.
Am I gonna see a sun come through this window? If that's gonna happen, I gotta be prepared. Because if there's just a dude in a sun outfit that comes into my door, I'll probably punch him in the face. So just so you know.
Why are you in my room, Dad?
I want to check and see how you're doing on your homework. So how are you doing on your homework?
Poorly.
I see you got a mean grip on that summer sausage. Well, your mother and I, we're gonna go see a movie. Are you gonna be okay up here by yourself?
Got my sausage. Got my homework I'm not gonna do, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Are you lonely?
Am I lonely?
Yeah.
No, your mother and I are gonna go watch a movie.
Okay.
We're gonna go see a movie. We're gonna go to the movie place.
Right, but that doesn't mean you're happy and not alone.
Your mother will be with me.
Right.
So I will not be alone.
Right.
I'll be sitting next to your mother enjoying an icy.
But are you gonna be happy?
Depends on if the movie is good or not.
But are you gonna be happy being there with Mom?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Should I not be?
No.
Is there something that your mother has done that I should
Kind
know
of puts you down a bit.
Your mother, she talks a little.
Not a
trash.
little, a lot.
Your mother
She really
talks
talks
trash
about you. To me.
to you.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of things does she say? Because she's not perfect. I love your mother.
Yeah.
She's not perfect. I mean,
Well,
you know that. Obviously,
right.
you know that.
Well, she'll say like, I've heard the phrase like a bag full of grapes.
What? A bag full of grapes? What does that even mean?
Just like a lot of.
Or is she just saying like, I need to get a bag full? Is she referring to me?
No, it was just describe, like a part of your body.
Well, which part? Because that can make a big difference.
Is there a part that should look like a bag of grapes?
Like a small bag. It's like you.
A bag of grapes.
You wouldn't even buy it. You just put it in. You wouldn't waste your time putting it up on a scale because it's a small bag. What else does your mother?
I don't know. What don't you like about her?
I don't. There's nothing I don't like about your mother.
But-
I love everything, including her flaws. Which, you know, there's some.
Well, I mean.
I don't want to put you in a position.
No, I like saying these things.
Okay. I'm gonna go out in the hallway and I'm gonna bring this chair inside.
Oh, you think this is gonna be a long conversation?
I don't know, but I gotta tell you, I'm not comfortable standing. So I'm gonna have a seat here.
Oh, she told me about that.
Well, you know, there's a very good explanation. Because when I was in high school, as you know, I was a football player. And I played the sport of football. And I will tell you, I was not the best at football, but I was not the worst either. That was Frankie. He was on the team, and then he was the water boy. He was on the team, and then he was a water boy. It wasn't the opposite. A lot of times it's the water boy who comes into the game because, somebody's hurt and it's his dream.
Do you have a movie to see?
For a while. We already bought our tickets. It's assigned seats. It's the reclining one.
All right,
So
no, good for you. Yeah, I'm glad you can afford that and I can't go to college.
Funny thing, it's the same price. For now. They'll definitely raise it once they realize what they've got. But for now, it's the same price. So tell me more about your mom. What did she say about me?
Well,
I mean, again, I don't want to put you in a position where you're going to have to choose sides.
I mean, I don't know what this means exactly, but droopy rectum came into...
Okay, no, that's
I mean, I don't even...
weird.
I mean...
If we're going to be talking about rectums, I don't know why it would be mine. Because your mother, I mean, I love that woman.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Sounds like it.
I love her. Like to the moon and back. And, she's got some issues too. I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
That's what makes this family work. You with the sausage, me, loving your mother, and her talking about grapes. It's the whole circle. That's what America is.
That's
It's the family unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you wanna go to the movie with us?
I sure don't.
I know what it's like being a teenage boy and not wanting to do anything with your folks. I get it.
Just bring your donut. Your sitting donut.
I know the donut. I didn't think you were referring to another donut. I'm just gonna sneak a donut into a movie.
Because why would I say your donut? Why would I say your donut? Like you have a donut you bring to eat.
Like it wouldn't be
Like
a
your
communal donut. Like it wouldn't be a box of donuts that anybody could take one.
Right.
It'd be just the one I bought especially for me. What kind of a dick father am I? Who just buys one donut for himself? Of course it's my ass donut.
Right.
Well, you know what?
How are we going to end this conversation?
I was just going to say bye, but I feel like I should encourage you to study harder. But I know it'll fall on deaf ears. Not because you're deaf.
No.
Just because you don't care about anything I say.
School is dumb.
School's stupid, and I get it. I went there. I know what it's like.
You want football?
I played football.
Pretty
yes.
bad at it.
I was no. I wasn't bad at it.
That's not what Mom
I
says.
just wasn't. I was having a heart attack.
Oh, that's just how exorcism works.
Hey, man, did I do anything while I was out? I feel like there was some mean things that I did to people.
Oh yeah, this was a 6-day kind of experience going on.
Is this all this goo? Is
Yeah, it came out of you.
from me?
Yeah.
All of that?
All that was in your body.
Whoa!
Well, sometime the portal opens from a demon world and and like gushes up inside you.
Really, like it comes in?
So you're-
So it wasn't all what I ate, it was like from
No,
a demon.
I mean it's bits and pieces. There's bile in there, and then there's like a demon hearts. And,
Sure.
You know, and then just
So it's a demon.
and just like you who. Just whatever they got in hell.
I gotta tell you, I'm really sorry about that. I did not realize that this was gonna be happening to me.
Well, you
An
know.
upstanding mayor.
Well, when you're getting with those Wiccans, you know, you just gotta be careful.
That's what I was thought, and I said, I don't think you should be practicing this magic in the town square. They said this is where our ancestors are buried. I'm like, no, it's a statue of a horse. They said that's what you devils did is you covered up our ancestral burial ground with a horse. And I was like, I don't think so, because it's been here like since the 1800s. Then all of a sudden I'm spewing demon goo. Witches.
You only have 2 out of the 5 children left.
Oh, which ones?
It's Betty and Philip. Betty and Philip.
Could be worse. Could be worse. I don't want to know what happened to it. I didn't like. Did I do it, or was it just?
It was
something I didn't
It was
specifically.
calamitous.
Yeah.
It was like a
Collateral.
gold.
What?
It was a Whoopi Goldberg machine.
So did the Whoopi Goldberg machine, and she like did she just sass him to death?
Well, you drew a big O on the floor, and that summoned her spirit. And she just devoured
So it's
them.
pretty much like it's like 90% my fault.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have happened if you weren't possessed by demons.
But again, possessed by demons, it wasn't me.
Right. But you know,
Do you think subconsciously
Yeah.
that maybe? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Beth would.
You wanted it to happen.
I wanted a Whoopi Gold. That's so weird because I was watching The View earlier today.
Well, that's your first. 6 days ago.
But this has been 6 days?
Yeah.
6 days?
You were on a tear.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised this is all the demon goo. Or is there more demon goo around
Well, this
the
is
city?
just one room.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, look at the town that I'm the leader of. Look at it out there.
So I was
You
there.
know,
I was
people.
there.
You think people are like, I wish I wouldn't have voted for him. Man.
You know how many sets of chains he just broke through?
Like they wrapped me in them? Like
I
they were-
wrapped
they
you
were,
in 'em.
You wrapped me in chains? Should have been silver.
That's werewolves.
Oh. Well, then I guess it doesn't matter. Should have been a stronger metal.
Do you remember? I mean, you were out of it, but do you remember which pile of goo my keys were in?
I feel like I was in a. You drove me somewhere, right?
Yeah, I drove
remember
you
being
to
in your
the
car.
chicken farm.
Yeah, and I was really upset because we weren't flying. It said I'm a demon, I can fly, and so I like made us fly. And then I said, you don't need those keys.
Right, and I was like, it was just like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Or Flubber. Whatever non-Christian Disney movie you prefer.
Yeah. Let's not talk about religion right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel it's like when you said Christian, it's like it's sort of like a weird feeling.
Oh, I
in my
think there's
stomach.
demons still in there. Then.
Yeah. Ooh, it's tough. Whoa! Look at the chilies. I'm never gonna be able to get another chicken ranch.
Power of
suppose I
Christ
could go.
compels you.
I suppose I could go to the town next door
For chilies?
for chilies.
Cast you out, demon, from the right arm.
Is this
The wickedest of arms.
is this the demon? Is he doing this? Because I really am not doing this. Is this like my whole body did this earlier?
Are you fucking with me?
No. All right, I'm fine. Hey, Paul! Paul!
The walls are thin, Jeffrey! I can hear you!
Oh, but I can't see you.
No, there's a wall. The walls are thin. They're not like see-through thin.
Okay. Hey, Paul! Stop having sex so loud. It's really annoying.
No!
Like, I really need you to tone it down, because my girl, she's like, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah, why aren't you?
It's really more complicated than I want to get into through a wall. But if you wanted to grab a beer or something, I guess I could tell you.
No, tell me through the wall!
I'm not gonna tell you through a wall.
What's wrong with the wall?
Because, like, there's 4 other people can hear us from other apartments.
Well, you want to go into the bathroom wall?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, let's go to that one.
So, I feel like I'm under a lot of stress at work lately. And, like, I'm just not, I don't know, like, rising to the occasion.
So it's more that you're uncomfortable than you don't want to, I mean, you're worried about not performing up to, it's not that you don't want to.
It's like you set a really high standard.
That's why I like to do it.
Yeah, no, I get it. And you're good at it. At least that's what it sounds like. But I am just not sometimes I'm there, like every couple of weeks. You know,
Every couple of weeks?
But when I get a lot of pressure, so I'm thinking about I hope I'm doing as well as Paul. Like, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. And then it's just like, and it just doesn't go. It's like thinking about you just sends my boner just right out the window. I don't want to. Like, I'm trying to, I'm thinking about her. I'm just like looking at her and look at her boobs and stuff. But then I'm like,
that's a good start.
And I'm like, and I'm just thinking I wonder what Paul is doing. What would he do in this situation? I'm like, oh, stop thinking about that.
Hey, would it help if you actually saw me? If you knew what I looked like?
I don't know. Would that make it worse? Because what if you're a super attractive guy and then I have to think because he's a super attractive. But on the other hand, how much do you weigh?
You know, 165.
What?
Yeah.
165? This is America. If you're not 5 feet tall, then there's a problem here.
No, 6'11".
6'11". I can't even imagine the size. All right, I don't want to see you. Well, maybe I do, because I feel like you're gonna look like a skeleton. 65 pounds and 6'11". I'm doing the math, and that's a certain amount of weight per inch.
The choice is yours. All right. I mean, do you see the light fixture on your bathroom wall?
Yeah.
If you want to see me, just pull it. You did okay. All right. Now to help us with our next bit, please welcome to the stage Aric Noble.
Hello. Welcome to the next portion of the evening. I'm as curious to see how this goes as you are, as some of us found out about this just a couple hours ago. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to This Is Your Life. Yes. Tonight, we are blessed in that we have a very special set of guests. The Mustache Rangers will be here, and we will show them. vamp until the mustaches are on. So, the way this is going to work is there's a microphone here in the center aisle, and much audience participation will be required as you will be invited as people who have known, or creatures, or robots, or vapors, whatever shit you want to be, from the Mustache Rangers past, to come up and reveal a clue to them as to where they might know you from. And then I will introduce you, and you will surprise the Mustache Rangers. This is the next 20 minutes of our lives. I realized today that I don't have a sport coat or slacks that really fit me right anymore. Now I'm just sharing shit. So, it's not enough time probably. So actually, if any of you can start lining up now, it doesn't have to be terribly awesome or clever. Please, there's got to be a lot of you, if not the majority of the audience. Thank you, a brave soul, ladies and gentlemen. A few have lined up already. All right, keep lining up. Go ahead. You'll get the hang of it as it goes along. Why? Because I don't know how it goes, and I'm all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just a brief history of the Mustache Rangers. They met in school, I imagine. And we'll find out more once they come out. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe they're coming. The Mustache Rangers. This is your life, Mustache Rangers. Commander Major Alistair Phineas and First Lieutenant Rediger G.
Yep.
Funibaum. What does the G stand for?
That's for my mother to know and Jesus to find out.
Gary. Well, Mustache Rangers, this is your life. Please take a seat.
Okay.
We're not used to sitting.
Now, before we continue, I was just about to go into how you two met and where you're from and all that stuff.
Well, we met in school.
Enough said. Enough said. And Alistair, do you mind if I call you Alistair?
I actually do.
All right, Alistair. Where do you hearken from, Alistair? From what part of Earth?
My hometown.
And you, Rediger?
Alabama somewhere.
Alabama, somewhere in Alabama.
Yes.
All right. Well, you two, listen up, because here we go. Someone's going to talk now.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead.
The lost and found. I'm supposed to give a clue, right? That's how this is supposed to work.
I see where we've gone with this. Already way the fuck off track.
I have no idea who this is.
You don't remember who this is?
No.
I don't.
All right. Well, this was someone from your school days.
What?
I believe he majored in riddles and jokes. Please welcome Blurg, the monster that sat behind you both in first period. Come on up.
That's good.
Oh, it's okay. Yep,
That's
no,
all right.
It's like in school.
Yep.
You still are really smelly, Blur.
Yes.
Things haven't changed one bit.
All right, Blurg. Go ahead, have a seat. Bet you didn't expect that we'd fly him here.
Why would
Like of all the people from our past, you pick a monster.
Oh, you just wait! We have so many more.
Right.
Such as...
Do better next time. Is it a bee? If it's a bee.
No. Alistair, please.
Allergic to bees.
Alistair, please listen more
All right,
carefully.
fine.
Is it? I married a bee. It's not my ex-wife, is it?
Yes, it is. Kelly Cooneybaum. It's her first wife. Come on down, Kelly. All right.
There we go.
And her handler, Jake.
I signed those papers a
Still
long
bad
time
luck.
ago. I've had.
And Alistair's, you're allergic to bees, aren't you? All right, Kelly. I promise, gentlemen, we'll get someone you like eventually.
I thought it would be like an unlimited supply of honey, but it wasn't that at all. I was in for, I had less than pure, like what I wanted out of the situation. But you don't take a lot
What
of
he's
things.
trying to say, he didn't go into the relationship truthfully.
Right, I wasn't like, it'd be great to marry a bee. It'd be like, I was like, maybe I get free honey.
As long as we all know there was no love there.
No.
Except from Kelly the bee. She truly
Right.
loved him.
I did
which is
trick
why
her
she's
kind of
so-
like in the cartoon version of The Sword and the Stone, when they're both squirrels, and then he turns into a man, and then the lady squirrel's really sad.
Right.
It's kind of like this bee situation.
Except he was never a bee. He was just.
I think there's something wrong with her for liking me.
That's true.
A human was probably the first thing she saw when she was born. It was just imprinted.
Okay, then. Well, perhaps we'll be less defensive when we hear this blast from the past.
I'm still not sure if the first person did it wrong.
Wait a second, I know this person.
And who do you think it is?
I'm pretty sure it was my first instructor in Commander Major School.
Could it be the first instructor Alistair had in Commander Major School?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes!
Right.
I knew
Super
it was
Commander
you.
Major Darren, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
Somebody's still teaching me to this day.
So let me get this straight. So there's a special school just for Commander Majorism, then?
Well, yes, it's a certain path you can take. You can take either the Commander Major or you could take the First Lieutenant path. more or less
It wasn't
have
a
to be-
choice.
It's kind of where you're born. I mean,
To become a commander major, you have to kill a commander major. And
my father was a Commander Major.
You killed
Killed my father.
Very
I became.
Joseph Campbell of you, then. Well, the Super Commander Major.
I still remember the first day of school. He threw someone out because they were chewing gum. I was like, this guy's for real.
That is a story.
It was kind of like the way he introduced himself wasn't very confident.
Well, right.
Like I would assume a commander major to be.
Well, he wasn't
It's
a
like, I'm not
commander
sure
major.
if I'm doing this right.
He's just a teacher.
But he's teaching commander majors.
Right, but he's not a Commander Major.
Right,
If he was a
but
Commander Major, he'd be Commander
But how
Major.
does he get your respect?
He doesn't. I mean, he tries by doing the whole chewing gum throw you out, but that guy he got right back in
You know
because
what?
he's a fucking Commander Major.
I bet that was even a plant.
Oh, might have been. Yeah, it's his friend. Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't because that guy, he died.
I'm done solving your mysteries.
It's not a mystery.
All right. Well, since people are watching, we're going to continue. And who's next for the Mustache Rangers?
I can't wait to hear a phrase which we may be used to hearing.
Should I have explained that?
I don't know.
I've been watching the whole time.
I assume you guys know a lot of perverts.
Interesting thing about perverts, most of their names begin with G.
Like your middle initial.
Right, but that doesn't start with G. My name doesn't start with G.
That's his middle name. So he's only a little.
I'm 1/3 pervert.
Herbert.
There was that cloud who kept saying that it was inside us.
Is it the cloud that kept saying that it was inside them?
It is.
It is! Oh my god, it sounded like there was more. Look at the cloud!
All right, for old time's sake, just
Wants to be inside me. Be inside me. Be inside me.
So long, cloud. I had more to ask him, but I didn't want to risk him going in me.
It's quite pleasant.
Yeah.
What, really?
He leaves a little piece of himself inside you too. So it's always like he's always there. And he's always watching you.
With his left behind?
Yeah. Well, it's like how you separate quantum particles and you can spread them across the universe and they'll both react the same way. Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like Herbert
So
Cloud.
he's still watching you.
Yeah.
Does he just see the inside?
Well, have you seen Inner Space? So he's got the.
So
Yeah. He's like, oh, quit looking at my wife's breasts.
From the inside. Oh wait, no, because he's seeing through the eye.
your wife was a bee. So who's next?
Hello, boys. Oh, you get time to put your kneecaps back on.
Certainly you must recognize this person.
Had a lot of threats to her kneecaps.
Yes.
Did you say put them back on?
Could you give us a little more, stranger?
Oh, here comes a cloud full of peanut butter.
Not sure any of those were actually words.
This isn't our chimney sweep, is it?
There was about your ship this way.
No, it's not the
I don't know other.
I'm sorry, the ship has a fireplace?
Where else is this coal smoke gonna go? That's why you don't grill inside. Fumes will kill you.
Oh. Very good point. All right.
Not the chimney sweep. I wish it was Xenon the chimney sweep. He was a great time.
He was great. I would really like. Did you get?
He brought me a candy bar each time he sweat.
Rediger, I'm surprised that you don't recognize this person. Could you give us any more just grumble like you have been?
Remember when there's a tornado, you better put on your spaghetti hat.
It's either my grandpa or my mother.
Please welcome to the stage your mother. Here, why don't you sit up here the whole time? Thank you for coming by the way.
She's very frail.
How long has it been since you two have seen each other?
Oh, about 500 years?
I'm sorry, what? But you just confirmed what he said.
I don't write at all.
You know,
I don't write.
Well, okay then. Are there any stories you can tell us? When I was little. Got stuck in a sewer grate.
People came, swept him on the head, he fell right there.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's good.
I was top heavy as a child.
Where?
Like on the head.
I'm sorry, could you start?
You have that big hit.
In a fat big head. All right,
Yeah,
enough said. Okay, next guest, are you there?
I am here.
Oh!
You just answered your question.
I know. Thought the voice would give it away immediately. Could you give us perhaps a phrase from the Mustache Rangers past?
$13.57.
Hell no! That guy's got to go. Get him the fuck out of here. Go right now. Go right now. I'll straight up murder you. I will straight up murder you. I have killed so many aliens. I will not fret. I will not take a second.
$13.56 then.
It's a negotiating alien.
I don't know what kind of shithole you're running here. This guy needs to go. This guy needs to go or I go.
All right,
You
Beaver.
lose. Commander Major Man.
I already said Beaver, you have to go, Beaver. Beaver, the negotiating alien. Now, Alistair, we didn't think you'd be that upset. You would have let bygones be bygones by now.
he doesn't let anything go.
I steel trap.
I put pepper in the salt shaker once, and he still brings it up like he whispers it to me right as I'm about to fall asleep. Every night.
It had an S on it. What does
worst
pepper
thing?
start with?
Is that the
Pepper starts
worst
with
thing you remember?
Is that the worst thing I remember?
Yes, Funibaum doing.
No.
What's the largest grudge you hold towards your first lieutenant?
I had made probably one of the best sandwiches to ever be made. You know the one. You know what I'm talking about.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches where you've got just the right amount of ingredients, and you use up everything that's left.
It goes on and on like
It goes.
this.
There's ham, and then you somehow have provolone. Like why you never have provolone, but you got it today for some reason. And then there's roast beef, and so you're like, oh, everything's coming together for this sandwich. You're like, oh, I'll just use this bread. Wait a minute, I had bought a baguette just the other day. I wonder if there it is, a baguette. So you cut that up and you use that, and you're just using all this amazing ingredients, and it sits there, and you're just like, oh. I need to clear some room. So you had to head back to the bathroom.
Oh, yes, clear some room, sure.
And then you come back and that sandwich is gone. And guess where it went?
If things are sitting out for more than a minute, they turn to poison.
That's a lie your mother told you. It's not true.
You know, that is true.
It is not true. Miss Funibaum, it is not true.
I forgot it was that moment.
It's not.
I saved your life. I saved your life.
Not saved
And you
my
don't
life.
let me forget it. I saved your life.
All right. I think we have time for a few more surprises. Are you there, surprises?
Are in the box.
Huh? One more time,
Say it
please.
They're in the box.
Do you remember this voice?
I remember putting different people into different boxes.
There was the penguin, like the penguin who had like that he had
Oh, is it the backpack?
I had the button-up shirt with the flames on the bottom.
The short sleeve?
Yeah, short sleeve button-up
With
shirt.
flames?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. No.
Okay. Why would I remember that over my own mother?
Because, all right, there's a penguin wearing a shirt, and not only is it a shirt, but it's got flames on it. How many flamed shirts are there?
A lot.
And then how many penguins are wearing them? Like, very many. But how many mothers are there? Just infinite.
Well, one. For most people, though. Could you give us a little bit more?
In the sense. sets in the east?
Really? You guys don't remember this?
I think it's gotta be Janet the Pistol.
They're hugging a gun. Janet the Pistol. Janet, how long have you known the Mustache Rangers?
A few years.
A few years, yes. And where did you meet Janet the Pistol?
Well, it was on a
Mustache Ranger?
planet that spun the other way. I told this guy I was gonna meet him at sundown.
But we were in the wrong place.
Like the wrong planet.
No, we were in the right planet, but in the wrong place on that planet.
Right, we got our longitudes and latitudes.
Because it spun the other way. And we're used to going the other way.
Yes.
But this one went this way.
Uh-huh.
And so Janet was kind enough to point us in the right direction.
Janet the Pistol, ladies. Do you need medicine? You need medicine or water or anything? All right, she's all right. Let's go to our next surprise guest.
Hi. I remember the night that we met at the dance.
She's hopefully just talking to one of you. No?
I think
That doesn't narrow it down at all.
I think I know who this is.
We both know who this is.
We both really know who this is.
Specifics!
You know when two people are friends and they, let's say there's just one milkshake. And you're like,
There's two straws.
well, there's two straws.
At least do the young lady the courtesy of remembering her fucking name.
I want to say it starts with a letter.
Yes.
It's like Jennifer, but not.
All right,
Jennifer.
Denise.
Denise.
That's right, Denise! Back home!
Good to see you again.
Thanks.
Really nice to you too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? This is uncomfortable.
Right.
So sorry we never called you.
We lost our number.
Yeah. The phone I had, it was such a hunk of junk.
It was
It
a
just broke.
it was a hamburger phone.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that'll be funny for like 2 seconds.
And it was. But yeah, just really bad service. So cool.
Yeah.
You and my ex-wife might have something in common, so if you see a bee,
I'll buzz over there.
Denise, ladies.
she just tries too hard, really. Just the character of Denise.
You mean her who she is as a person?
Yeah.
Her integrity tries too hard?
Yeah.
Her character?
She just cares too much. I can't let myself be loved.
Show's taking a turn, ladies and gentlemen. But it's about to turn back around after we hear this.
Hey guys, hey, good to see you again. Question real quick, if you don't mind. Can I have my blood back?
The final guest of tonight, can our special guest have their blood back? You savages.
All right, you stingray. No, you can never have your blood back, because that blood is ours now. That's our blood. We own it. We bought it from you, and if you have regrets, you can take it up with your God. So if you want a hug, I'll hug you. But if you want your blood back, the answer is always no.
Do you want to add anything to that?
I could give it back. It's just sitting around.
We haven't even used it.
No! We didn't even do that magical ceremony that man told us to do.
We got distracted.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm just so weak.
It's like I've sold things before. I sold a really nice couch once, and I wish I had it back because there was nothing as comfortable as that couch that I've ever sat on in my life. But you know, it's gone. That's what Craigslist does.
So no.
Stingrays.
Sorry, bloodless stingray. Thanks for coming. Well,
Can we get my mom out of here? I don't like her.
sure, let's
Don't like her.
take your mom out of here as we're wrapping up.
I'll roll up, baby.
See ya.
Well, Mustache Rangers, what a ride it has been.
I've had a terrible life.
I think we've all learned something about ourselves. About how to conduct ourselves in general.
I think it was pretty cool.
No, it was, I like to shout, so that was useful.
Got it out.
Yeah, no, it was a nice forum for outbursts.
I tipped over a chair. Just to prove how angry I
He's
was.
been needing to get that out.
All right.
Most of the chairs I sit on are bolted down. Not this guy.
Well, Mustache Rangers, this is your life. I'll go first.
Aric Noble. Thanks so much to everyone in our past. It was lovely to hear from you. All right, now it's intermission time. So, that's right.
Go to the bar!
Stars above, it's time for the Mustache Rangers, running through the glory of America to the furthest reaches of outer space. Commander Major Alistair Q. Bass, idiot, leader of America's great mission and a hero to all. Senator Chief Moody Baum is joining companion and an all-around dandy fellow. Together they will blaze the space for the American way. They are the Mustache Rangers.
Hello, we are the Mustache Rangers. Who here has never seen the Mustache Rangers before?
Shame on you.
Welcome and goodbye. We're the Mustache Rangers, and we are space travelers who have been going around the universe for 700 or so years.
Give or take a few years.
Because in science fiction, I always like when ages are longer. It's like, oh, I wonder what life would be like if you lived to be longer.
And 700 years is so long that we don't remember how many years. That's why I
This is the DVD commentary extra. That's the reasoning. So we've been traveling through space for 700 or so years, and we've had so many adventures.
So many adventures.
That we can recall and reenact word for word an adventure that we've had on this stage based off of any word you give us.
As long as that word is an object.
Now that doesn't mean yell it out right now.
Don't do it!
Because we didn't ask yet. We were just preparing you.
It's coming in a little bit.
Is there any more stalling you want to do?
No, baby, that's it.
All right.
Can I get an object?
Wheelchair.
I've heard nothing.
Penis.
Spiderweb. Bootstrap.
Spiderweb.
Bubbles.
Spiderweb?
Spiderweb is the only thing I heard. Out of all of that, the only thing I heard was spiderweb.
All right.
Should we do it?
No, I'm asking you. Announced it.
Spiderweb. First Lieutenant Ruttiger G. Funibao.
Yes.
Have you seen the spiderweb?
Spiderweb.
Anyways. Smells weird in here.
Smells like flan. Flan?
Well, it depends on what country you're in.
Well, we're in a spaceship.
In that case, it's flame. But you're right, it does smell like flame. It's like a custardy, creamy type smell. But not, it definitely doesn't have crusty, sugary topping. So it's not creme brulee. It's creme brulee.
It's like a shitty creme brulee.
It's a shitty.
Like, why would I eat this?
It's
When
like
I could be
someone-
eating creme brulee.
Right. It's like someone who went to cooking school and this is their first attempt at creme brulee.
It's
Nope,
like, oh,
got
you
it
need a
wrong.
torch? Do matches work? No, matches don't work. cooking school, right?
I know. I've always wanted to go. Every time I see that commercial of the guy who's just having the time of his life.
You mean that rat?
Yep. I mean, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
I've got two.
Well, that guy under him couldn't. But I'm sure you could. Give enough years. Well, maybe if you had more discipline and stuck to things and finished what you started and like wanted to serve people, then maybe.
That's a lot of things I'd have to do.
Yeah.
And why would I do that if I could just hire a rat to do it for me?
I think that was a special circumstance.
I don't know. There's millions of rats. Surely more than
there's
one
more
can
than
cook.
millions of rats.
There's more than millions
There's
of rats?
billions of people.
So there's like super billion rats? For every person, how many rats are there?
At least a trillion.
A trillion.
So what you don't know is that's the inside of the earth.
It's just rats. That's why they're always coming up from the sewers.
Yeah.
It's like a lava flow. It's
And
like
that's
a
what causes magnetism in the earth's core. It's
running
the
around.
currents of rats.
Because of the hair and the static electricity. And that's what makes the world go round.
No. That's what makes compasses work.
So do you think that's why there's not a giant corporation that sells rat poison? It's like because there's corporations that have made money with everything. Like
You don't think there's rat
name a
poison?
name a product, and there's a giant corporation who's like making tons of money.
Right.
But there's not a giant corporation making rat poison because that's the rats controlling our economy. They're not going to let anyone, just like Tucker, they're not going to let anybody, jump into the rat game. They're going to control it. So there's no rat poison. That's why we don't have cars with headlights that turn when you turn.
That Tucker.
It's so many good ideas.
Just because you have good ideas doesn't mean they should be heard.
It's true. A lot of people should keep their opinions to themselves.
Well, opinions are usually bad ideas.
Because if you have an opinion, and it's a good opinion, then somebody's already had it. So we don't need yours.
When I order all those newspapers I have, I specifically state to take out the opinion section because I don't want it. I don't want opinions.
I tell them to take out the obituaries.
just so you think people never die?
No, because I hate the way they do the drawings of people. You know the picture of them that's like newspaper print picture?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, have a heart.
Obituaries should be in magazines, like glossy and like a picture of the loved one going. The way you'd remember Fonzie. if someone happened to kill Henry Winkler.
Right. What a terrible idea that would be.
Right. Who would kill off Henry Winkler?
I know what you mean.
It'd be a good joke, though.
I think it'd be really funny if you got people to believe that Henry Winkler died. I see what you mean with the glossy pictures.
Yeah.
Like before they die, well, everyone should have a photo
Like
shoot.
a glamour shot?
Yeah, like around the age, wherever people look the best, like at age 22. I think most people look really good at 22. That's the best they're gonna look at 20. All downhill from there. So you should.
I don't think I've groaned into my face yet. Groaned?
Ground?
I hadn't forced myself into my face. There was still more room for like the pieces to settle.
Okay.
Plus, people in their 20s are stupid.
Well, I'm not saying anything about their personality. What I'm saying is that you need to get your picture taken at that point, and that will then be your death shot. So that we can have a good picture. Because you're not going to like, oh, I'm going to die. Let's go take some glamour shots. Because you're just going to be I don't care how softly lit it is. It's just not going to look as good. So you have that in the
you want to do it earlier, definitely.
Yeah, you keep that in the death database, the DD. And it comes up and you put in your name.
That's going to get confusing with my dick database. Got Richard Nixon in there. Dick Clark. Who actually, all of those people should have had like 22.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get to that certain age, it's like, don't even take a picture of me. Not only am I afraid it's going to steal my soul, but I'm just not going to look that good. So you have this in the backup. So you get that week's edition of Obituary Weekly. It's got, they're just like
the
us.
new one's here.
Yeah.
Flip through, ads, makeup, obituaries, good. Oh, that's how Greg looked.
He sure was handsome. I wonder what he looked like when he died. So then we'll have to have a second magazine. So it's like a double.
They come together?
They come together. Because you wouldn't want to put it in you wouldn't want to put like the back page.
No.
Then it just depress people. And then this person, the next, is like, oh, sad. And they're like, oh, well, it's not as nice. Like, I'd hate to be the guy like at the end of the book. So they, you're super hunky, track star. And
so you're getting all kind of hot and bothered.
Yeah, you're sitting on the edge of your Camaro.
That guy's a good-looking man.
Yeah, but then you see the death shots of all the people in front of him, and then you get to him, and where this guy should have like hit the number, like he would have been like, oh, this is the Zac Efron of this magazine. You're gonna be all worn out by all the death shots. So you're not gonna appreciate it as much. So then that's why we have to separate the two.
I'm confused by this concept. So let's go into it a little more.
Okay.
So we have the regular magazine with the like 22-year-olds.
Right. So you got the 22-year-old shots here,
which is probably just a magazine in itself.
Right.
Like hunky 22-year-olds.
Sure.
So maybe some people are just getting it for that.
Mm-hmm. We don't know. We don't care why they're taking it. I mean,
as long as they subscribe to this paper product.
As long as they subscribe, we're gonna get rich. Mm-hmm. So if they want to use it in whatever way they want to use it, that's fine by me. But what I'm saying is, once I see the picture of a handsome dead person from years ago, I want to be like, oh, I wonder what they look like now, just to see.
So when you say dead shots, like they're dead, or like right before?
Right before.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Well, I mean, I guess
less sense. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It makes
more sense than like, I wonder what this death scene was like. I wonder, how he splayed on the floor when that guy shot him.
That's actually interesting too.
No.
There's a lot of people are very fascinated by this topic. I think
we're not going to get our Xanadu on death, Xanadu? Not the Gene Kelly movie. Not his last horrible movie. Where people roller skated.
You watched a movie where people roller skated?
No.
Xanadu is a giant estate, right?
Right.
Where there were animals. It was like a menagerie. That's why they called it Xanadu, because it was very like jungly name. It's a jungly name. Xanadu. Like if I were to see the address Xanadu, I would assume, oh, there's probably lots of
address
trees around.
Xanadu.
It's like 2635 Xanadu Lane. Oh, well, that's probably in a jungle. It's just the.
So you see street signs and you think they represent what the place is like?
Don't you?
Because I've been to some Californias in Minnesota that are not nice.
I grew up on a Kentucky Avenue, and there were lots of cars just sitting in driveways.
I grew up on Queen. It was nice.
Good music playing all the time. Or just people waving politely.
You think that's all she does? Does she have any power? Doesn't seem like she should have power.
She used to.
Uh-huh.
But then people got smart and were like, that doesn't seem like a good idea. We should probably have some sort of representation. It's not just a woman who was born into a good family.
We should have dodgy people who can be influenced by money.
Yeah.
To take care of us.
Right? It's like, I'm going to choose you because you're talking the loudest. I think you represent my opinions best.
Maybe we should put out this Hunky 22 before people die.
Like, if you're dying, you submit. Like, I only got a week or so. Put me in the magazine. Come on.
Well, I think everyone likes to feel good about themselves periodically.
Sure.
Not all the time. That's unreasonable.
I think it only works if people are miserable most of their lives. So this is going to be like to the moon. Because everyone's miserable all the time.
Should be a magazine called Hey, Remember When? It's just like pictures of things that you remember.
Right.
Like those stupid birthday cards, like, what happened the year you were born? Well, I don't know, I was a baby.
Right.
But maybe what happened, like, when you were 16.
Mm-hmm. You'd be like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was a weird time for
That's
it.
right. White escapes going all over the place. It was an escape, right?
Car?
Yeah.
There is an escape. It's more of a truck.
Right.
It's like a crossover.
Okay.
I was thinking more neons. There were neons everywhere. Always. Everywhere you look, neon. And you're like, oh, that's a cute car for a minute.
Maybe this is a bad magazine idea.
No, it's a good magazine. You just can't focus on.
Well, Sugar Ray's going to end up there regardless.
Wherever you go, there Mark McGrath is. I was thinking of pictures of like playgrounds with metal slides and teeter-totters. And like that thing that just spins around. Like that's all you did is you
It's
just
a merry-go-round.
spun. Not a merry-go-round.
It is a merry-go-round. You mean the tinier thing?
Yeah, just like it's just
that
it's
thing
just
is
a metal.
wreck.
It's like a metal plate.
Yeah.
And you just spin on it. That's all it was.
Some What kind of asshole made that?
A genius asshole. Because that's what everybody wanted to play on and knock each other off of. That's what you did back then. They should just have pictures of kids fighting on a toy. Just like, who can knock the other person off the hardest? And if they get knocked off, like, who has the best fall? And like, you award points based on that. And then, you know, that...
We are getting away from the magazine we're trying to make.
The points represent where you are in that chain of friends.
You're making up a blood sport.
I'm not making it up. It exists everywhere, all the time, at any playground.
Just like Mark McGrath.
Exactly. You go to any playground, you see kids fighting and pushing each other off, and in the background is Mark McGrath just sitting there.
But first, legally, he had to go to all the houses in the area and introduce himself.
Like, I'm Mark McGrath. You may recognize me from such celebrity shows as Access Hollywood. Oh, cool. You live here? Yep. Can you sign this form? Honey, did you hear? Mark McGrath lives in here. Our property values are going up.
Dude, no one ever said that.
I don't know. If Mark McGrath lived in my neighborhood, I'd tell people.
Yeah, but property values wouldn't be like, ooh.
You don't know how the market's going to react to Mark McGrath.
I do.
You don't know what buyers are into. You just have a picture of him like in front of your front door on your kitchen island. As people are coming in through the open house, like, oh, Mark McGrath. Mark McGrath's been in this house. How do we have to buy it? It's like, Margaret, I'm not buying a house because of Mark McGrath. I'm serious. What if he has friends over? Maybe Mario Lopez will be there. Please, will you just leave it alone with your shows?
So what do you think would he want his 22-year-old self?
Mark McGrath?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was pretty fly. So yeah, I mean, he had the frosted tips and whatnot. Oh, he was a dreamboat. For some people.
And we don't get to see that picture till he dies.
Nope. We're just stuck with 40-year-old Mark McGrath, who's still trying really hard.
I don't think I want an obituary. I just want to, like, sneak into death.
You just don't want anybody to know?
Well, why should they?
Because really, who are you survived by? No one. Wait, isn't that the saddest thing? Like, Funibao.
You can stop right there. Saddest thing I know. Me.
Funibao. Now there's your picture. Drawn, obviously.
I don't even want that.
I wouldn't chip in for that. I wouldn't pay extra for that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. It's a
For a
lot of money
picture?
to get your picture. It's a lot of money when someone dies. Like, just
Oh,
in general.
don't go on about the funeral business.
But I'm telling you, guys should get into the funeral business. Couple that with our magazine idea, and what's our take? What are they gonna call us on Forbes magazine? They call it
the messy
makers of the magazine magnet,
well,
the magnets
the
of death,
Magazine.
the demon magnets, the
funeral, the funeral,
profiteers of the prod, bringers of.
Papers and pallbearers.
Yes. Creepers and.
I like it so far. on board.
Creepers and I can only think of peepers. Creepers and peepers. Say, millionaire.
Daisies and like the bottom of a bird cage.
Coffers of coffins.
Coffers, but the magazines.
Coffins filled with kings of. money men who make profits from money, but they'll be dollar signs. There's no S's.
Money makers.
Money makers, profiting from your demise.
Cremation and subscription. Prescription?
Cremaking. Making it rich. That's a stupid idea. Too many people protesting.
Death?
Yeah.
It's not our fault people die.
No, but we'll get the blame for some reason. They'll think that we're poisoning like the water so we make more money. Like, we don't have to do that. You're doing it.
With your negligent ways.
Yeah.
Not looking both ways before you cross the street.
Exactly. I don't need poison to see
leaving
you
a
get hit by
sandwich out
bus.
for a minute.
You don't need any help from us, society.
Yeah, we're just taking care of you and making money.
We're just business people.
Right.
We are just people who see an opportunity in the world. And you guys don't have a choice because it's inevitable. We're the ones.
Should we be finding a way to keep people alive?
It's hard. They've been working at it for a long time. It's got a little bit better, but when you see people who are just being kept alive, it's like, is that really what you want? It just doesn't look like fun. Like, to get to the point where I can't even poop without someone helping me, it's like, is this cool, you guys? Is this cool what I'm doing? Is this cool? You everybody okay with this?
How about, alright, to make that process a little easier, how about like some goggles people can put on when they're like, can't move around and poop in a bowl. But it's just like goggles that play King Ralph.
Only King Ralph?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a more comforting movie than a man who
finds himself in England, being the king, the monarch, who doesn't have any power.
Is that how that went?
Well, he was able to get something done by naming all of the kings that came before him. He stood up in front of Parliament and was like, this king, this king, this king. And then everyone's like, oh, he learned a lot about our history in this 2-year span.
It's got to be a better. It's got to be a better death movie.
Yeah. How about batteries not included? By the groans, I think there's probably death already in that movie. I do not recall. All I remember from that movie is there being little machines that fly around.
Maybe just waves.
Waves? Like Free Willy?
No, just like water lapping.
Like that's what I'm gonna see?
Yeah.
I can't, it's like the beach is right in front of me, but I can't reach it.
Well, you can't move your arms anyway.
I suppose, because then it's like, I'm just sitting at the beach.
Right, so we're helping people.
A day at the beach.
That seems more ethical than selling magazines of your pictures
But
after you're dead.
how much are these things gonna cost? Like, how much are we going to sell these things for? These glasses.
Does that matter?
Well, it matters to the bottom line.
Yeah. It doesn't seem important.
The bottom line doesn't seem important?
Well, if you want to talk. Maybe I'm just not a businessman.
Maybe you're not. There's no maybes about it, my friend. Not once have I heard you talk about margins, unless you're writing in your journal.
That's where I put fun facts.
I've read
I
your
got my
journal.
day, and then like BTW, that itch hasn't gone away.
Fun fact.
Fun to some people.
If that book came alive, I bet it would slap you.
What?
If that book...
Right, no, I heard what you said. Because it would have to grow arms as well, right?
No, it's got a flap.
Oh, it's a book.
Right. But if it ever had, I don't know, somebody's like part of their soul.
I can
imprinted
overpower
into
a
the
book.
Can you? Can you? You don't know who's.
If a book comes alive, I'm like, get near my face, book. Try it. It's like, I guess people are good after all.
It just goes on its book merry way.
I don't think a book's gonna slap me even if it came alive.
I think that particular.
It'd want to.
It would want to.
Yeah.
It'd probably wait until you were sleeping. And sneak up onto you.
But slap me?
Or
It could,
whatever
like,
a book
it could
equivalent of a
thump-
slap is.
Thump a cover against me.
It can hurt. It won't leave a handprint.
If it dropped itself on my foot, maybe that's something. Not a slap.
It would probably.
Right?
Howie. Trying to figure out how to hurt you. I mean, I can only think in terms of what a book would do.
You can't hurt me any more than my insides already hurt me. It's nuts. Yeah.
I bet that's not true.
Mm.
Probably hurt you a great
You don't want to be trapped in this dungeon.
Foodie Mom, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Do you want a donut? It's a
What
special-
kind of a donut? Oh, yes.
That's it for a while.
That's 100,000 miles. I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I stuck in a tin can? Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do.
Thank you, everybody. I warned you it'd be self-indulgent. I warned you. You could have left. Got nothing left.
So I wanted to say a couple of things real quick because it's me who's ruining this whole thing. I'm moving down to a place where I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to throw bombs at her or anything. Oh, Corey's leaving. Oh, horrible. Horrible.
You gotta throw bombs better than that. You're gonna land right there.
But I wanted to say thank you everybody who came out tonight for supporting us. It's really super awesome. Thank you to Butch for Huge, for Improv A Go Go, for giving us a space to just do whatever the hell we want to do, and for people going along with us on this stupid ride that we go on. Thanks to my wife for letting me do this stuff. And thanks to Aric. I've been improvising with Aric for 17 years. Is that right? High school? Like senior year of high school? I met him in freshman year when I called him a nerd. Who knew that 20 years later I'd be just as big of a nerd? That was like a backhanded compliment.
No, I don't.
It's been really fun in Minneapolis. It's a great improv town, a great improv community. Please come back to Huge and to all the different shows that are here every night and around town at all the different theaters. It's a fantastic thing to do, and I'm very privileged to be able to be up here with a guy who anything I say I know he'll be able to take and lob right back at me, and he'll always have my back. And thank you very much to all of you, and Butch and Huge and Jill and Nels and all that stuff. And, so thanks. Have a good